Hey, you, do me a favor, subscribe to this channel. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Midnight Madness Chats with Hardman. I've got a great guest on the air tonight. Please introduce yourselves and introduce your band and tell us where you are from.
Hi, all. I'm Peggy. I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm from the band Queen of Spades, and I'm the vocalist.
My name's sorry, I went to Dutch. My apologies. My name is Emilio, and I live in Eindhoven, and I play lead guitar in Queen of Spades.
What I've noticed in the music industry all across the board, actually in South Africa, and because I interview bands from all over the world, I've noticed a big step up in female artists. So it's something that's on the rise, and it's very exciting times because female vocalists are really bringing something fresh to the music industry. So tell me a little bit about what your influence in the band and in the industry brings, and what challenges you face as a female musician.
Challenges are that there's still the thought of, that the men are better at metal and rock than the female singers. And it's really hard to, in the Netherlands, the rock and metal industry is not that big. So to start becoming like a bigger band, it's really hard to push yourself forward because it's a really small niche here. We're looking at the Germany and Belgium because it's bigger over there, and we think it's more appreciated than in the Netherlands.
Let's get a little bit into your latest release. The song is called Stagnant. What does stagnant mean to you individually? You can each answer the question.
So yeah, Stagnant. I mean, I wrote it just after, or just ending towards the lockdown, kind of everything, and spending the year kind of really reflecting and just looking at myself and just how sad everything became all of a sudden. It's kind of hard. You can't kind of see people. You're limited to this, limited to that, and Stagnant came kind of to a place as well, like for just in hard times, people with everyone goes through hard issues and stuff. Just to know that we're all there for each other, and that you're loved. You just need to you can make it through. Pain hurts, but all that building that stagnation, building all that pain, and not really working on it, it really can affect you mentally and physically. I think that's just super important to know that you're cared about.
I wrote the lyrics for Stagnant, and currently, um, a very dear person of me is battling with depression right now, and I can see it up close what it's doing to her and how she's feeling, and she's talking about it, and I try to caption her words into the song. So how depression makes you feel, isolated, and you want to move into the darkness, but when you're working on yourself and expressing your feelings towards other people, you can stop being stagnant and work your way through.
I've noticed that a lot of the bands that I interview, and especially the metal guys and the harder rock side of things, a lot of people are more giving and caring back to the general public. So what we've noticed is like people are writing more about themes like depression and themes that you fucking matter. I recently did an interview actually with a company called Metal Health, which is a metal music company that focuses on mental health. So talking about mental health and your band's approach towards mental health, can you tell me why you mentioned your friend, but can you tell me why you explore these themes in the music?
We just want people to relate with us and to be open. And at first, I think a while back, people thought of artists like, oh my God, they are the shit and they're always happy. And I think that was the general idea of a big artist. And we try to be more open and approachable for people. Yeah, that they listen to our music and be like, oh, that's how I'm feeling. So they listen to our music. We really want that.
Talking a little bit about the instrumental side of it, being a guitarist, and now you're basically writing a song with your band about mental health. How can so I always say, can you make your guitar cry? So how did you write the music material to compensate for the emotion that you felt during the song?
It's a really good question. I need to think about that. I think it's kind of like I really tried to tap into my feelings, but it kind of like an expression of to express something that it's also for me to kind of get off my chest. It's kind of in a way to kind of also release the pain that I have and the hurt that and try to generalize with other people and try to kind of create a safe space for them to say like, it's okay to feel like this. And writing it, I just really, what I do is just listen to the chords and listen to my feelings and kind of really tap, is it going into this direction, more into kind of self-reflection, more about the hurt? Is it going to something more positive, something more angrier, or something just witty, or whatever it is? I think it's just really tapping into those feelings, and it's just also being in the right headspace, because some of this stuff, Stagnant, came a little bit more naturally. I just kind of let it grow. I didn't kind of bind it down and say, no, it has to go a certain way, I want it this way. It just molded in kind of nicely, piece by piece, just one after another. So it just was a song I really didn't force to write, and it was actually among one of the quickest songs I wrote. So it's a way of kind of like really tapping into those feelings and really getting deep, and some creative side opens up, which is also really nice. It's a nice form of, I think, extension of being a human. So I want to extend out to other people and saying, let your extension also be shown in the way that it's suitable for you. To give it that space, go back to that safe space.
Would you say, Peggy, that writing the lyrics to Stagnant was therapeutical to yourself?
It always is. All the lyrics I write about my life and people around it. So yeah, it's really, it's therapy. Unpaid therapy.
TLC, indeed.
That's great. Tell me a little bit about the first time that Stagnant came to life in a live performance. When you guys was playing it for the first time, how did you feel? What happened?
Well, we opened for Tremonti in that was amazing. It was our first big show in February, and we performed for 2,500 people, and it was just magic.
Stagnant also was the first time we played in Old Dare Team, so we kind of wanted also to commemorate that moment after working so hard and doing everything. The whole musical video is kind of our experience through that and that journey. And Stagnant also for me feels like more of a journey, kind of going through all these feelings and kind of growing and really trying to become at peace with yourself that, okay, you're here, and what am I going to do? So the moment we played it, I mean, I saw people headbanging. It was such a nice moment, people really getting into the groove, and it's just, I still get goosebumps even when talking about it. It was a really nice evening.
Yeah.
It went by so fast, and just, it was a moment, and to be so received so warmly, nicely, it really, really touched my heart.
I can imagine. I basically got goosebumps now when you were talking about it.
Okay. You should check. Have you checking out our music video? Definitely check it out.
How do you mentally prepare for a show like that?
You don't.
Well,
no,
it was funny when I was sitting there. I could see everyone kind of having their own little tick and doing their own little thing with all the nerves building up and everything. It was really interesting to see that. I mean, it was nice because we had lunch together. Dinner together. We were just talking and just, we were being there for each other too. We felt like a little family, just all in the room, just chilling and just waiting to do our thing. And the moment we all came onto the stage, like just 2 minutes before the show, like we all look at each other, like, okay, so this is really happening. This is really happening. And like, we all gave each other like some fist bumps and everything, and we're just like, all right, let's do it. And then our intro song came up. Drummer went to the drum behind the drum set. We walked on, and then I could remember shaking.
Yeah.
Also, I was literally shaking. I felt my hands shaking.
Yes.
But the moment I struck that chord, I felt the vibration of kind of like the room and all the sound, and it just stopped my vibration. I just zoned in. I was like, all right, I'm gonna give a show of my life. Let's go for it. And I think it was one of honestly the best shows we played. Really
Yes.
amazing. We were so cohesive. It worked so well, and a lot of positive feedback afterwards. So it was really a moment, and that's how we prepared for it, I guess, and that's how the whole story went through. You know,
I can only imagine. I would lose my shit. I promise.
Yes. I did too.
Amazing, amazing.
Can you walk me through your process of writing songs? How do you guys work with each other creatively? How does one of your members bring a new song to the band?
Yeah, normally it starts with me. I write a riff.
Yeah.
And now I'm also going to work with my new guitarist. Usually it's anyone, the guitarist, usually who makes the riff first, and then we tell Peggy she asks us what emotions and what are you feeling behind it and everything. So I give her about 5 to 10 adjectives. We'll try to give as less possible so she can be a bit more focused on one topic. But and then she starts writing lyrics, and then I get people to come over. I do like a rough demo here. I have a little studio here, do everything. And I try to make a rough demo and see what everyone thinks. And I want to have also input from my other guitarist, so input from my bassist, from my drummer. I want everyone also to give their own input. I think that's super important. I mean, we're a band and everyone wants to be heard in their own way. And I think that's also a little bit what we want to express as a band, that everyone can give their own input in their way and in the right time.
I believe that creative freedom is such an important part of the band. So when I started with my band, I did all the recordings myself in my little home studio, and I had no one to give me input. And as I progressed into the songs and tried to figure out how things work, once I got band members together and we're like all talking, I just realized there's sometimes shit you don't see,
Indeed.
It just the guitarist will, even the drummer would say I like it when the riff goes bum 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 and then it fits in with the drums, and it just makes such a better writing session than one person bringing something. And so talking about writing, did you guys experience any writer's block during the writing of Stagnant?
No, because I did actually the breakdown, because I was like, okay, we have the verse, the chorus, and the verse, and I didn't know what to do, and it kind of is also to stagnate, kind of like you start struggling. I think this was the only part that I struggled, but I was talking to my girlfriend, and she actually helped me write the breakdown. She gave me ideas. She said, okay, let's write down on paper. Let's start doing takeaways and start counting up and making some nice grooves and stuff like that. And she kind of nudged me in the right direction. And then, she really helped me there with that.
Peggy, tell me a little bit about the process of the production of the song. How involved are you as a vocalist in the actual instrumentals and things when it's being recorded and things like that?
I'm always there when it's recorded. So sometimes I give some tips, or I try to share a song that sounds like it, so they know what direction I'm thinking and they maybe get some inspiration from it. So I'm always there. I try to always be there because I think it's important also for the process of the band.
How long did the production take on this track?
That took a while.
Yeah.
That took a while, because where we went to go recorded, so essentially one of our band members left and we were crammed and pushed to go to the studio, and I think we should have just canceled it because I wasn't feeling it, and it wasn't played properly. I was struggling. I didn't like the mix. I wasn't able to express the sound, the tone of what I wanted. Yeah. So we let it. I mean, this song was made already like 2, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And we went to multiple people to try to mix it, but it's just when we asked them to do a certain thing, I don't. We felt like we weren't heard, or they weren't able to achieve what we were trying to look for. So we kept looking and looking, and then we finally found someone, which is nice. And
Finally
then
listen to us.
yeah, who listened to us, and yeah, he really got it. He really got the solid mix, and
Yeah.
after that, now I'm starting to do all the mixes and everything because I'm like, okay, I think now I know what sound we want because I was able to finally hear from someone. I could see how it works. Okay, I understand what we're looking for. Long process, really long process.
Speaking of which, that's an interesting topic that you've got right there.
Mhm.
Band disputes. How do
Mhm.
you handle a band dispute? What is your
Oh,
process in your band?
we like to keep the door open. We really try to be transparent with everyone.
Yes.
No disputes on WhatsApp because you can't understand someone's feelings or emotions through WhatsApp. So when things start getting heated in the chat, we just say, let's stop this here and we'll have discussion next rehearsal. So we really try to have a calm, open conversation to make sure that everyone's input is heard. And
We've been through a lot, so we
yeah,
learned how to communicate.
it's really communication and really just make sure that everyone stays on the right page, that maybe we jump the gun and miss something. Of course, that's happened before and vice versa. So
Yeah.
it's really just understanding and not holding a wall up saying, no, it's our way or no way, you know?
So let's get a little bit more into the influence. You were talking about the specific tone that you were hunting for, that you
Yeah.
feel you got right now. So tell me a little about this tone. Like, what do you use? What instruments do you? What was this tone you were hunting for?
Yeah, I use a Helix LT pedal board, and I have my nice little headless GOC. Please sponsor me. Um, and yeah, my influences are like Spirit Box, but I also like Black Label Society. I love Zakk Wylde's guitar. It's so gritty, especially with the scoop mids and everything. I like the scoop mids, but I kind of want to keep that clarity in it too. You know, when it's scooped, it sounds so muffled and so beefy, but I miss that clarity. And Spirit Box, I think, can also make that very well. As well, Era. I don't know if you know the band Era. They have a super amazing tone, and my tones is really based off of Era, um, uh, Spirit Box, Black Label Society, Periphery. I like old with new, and I'm trying to kind of find that balance with those nice lows and those highs. And clean tones are more based off of Periphery and kind of like pleiny stuff, which is really nice.
Great bands you're naming there. I've actually got a Zakk Wylde signature.
Oh, the black and white, the circle one, yeah. Nice,
yeah, the
man.
bullseye. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a really.
man.
That was my first proper guitar that I got.
Nice.
This is currently my War Machine, which is a Gibson Les Paul with active EMGs. Let's talk a little bit about vocal tones. As a female vocalist, who inspires you and where do you get your tone? And tell me a little bit about vocal warm-ups. What do you do? How do you get in the process?
Who inspires me? Yeah, I really like the Pretty Reckless. I like how Taylor evolved herself and her voice. Usually I listen to Amy Winehouse and yeah, pop and more bluesy stuff. So that's where my inspiration comes from. And I had vocal lessons. I have them now for I think 6 years, 5, 6, not that many, but um, I really also want to try to get the highs and the lows because I'm really good at singing low, but I never try to step out of the comfort zone and go higher. So I try to go higher now in the new songs, but I still want to stay clean. Sometimes I'm like, shall I start try to scream or something? But I'm like, is
Do
it
it.
really me? Maybe. So it's also a creative process of, yeah, going places. with the voice.
Taylor Momsen is such a small woman, but she's got such a big voice. So I just
Yes.
wanted to say that, and a very big inspiration to myself, even though like I can't sing like that ever.
Yeah.
And and my opinion, and if you should scream, yeah, do it. Like
Yeah.
female vocalists are fucking killing it, and
Yeah.
there's one specific band from Norway that I've been punting a lot, and they're called Tessia, and the vocalist is called Julie, and it's this redhead chick, but my fuck, when that chick starts screaming, like what the fuck?
Can imagine.
So
Yeah.
I would definitely say start embracing that. Just don't
Yeah.
fuck.
No, exactly. Yeah.
So I normally do this little stupid thing where I ask out of the box questions, which are sometimes very weird. And
Oh God.
if Stagnant was a movie, what movie genre would it be?
I think drama.
I agree. Drama too. A lot of drama, and yeah, just drama on top of the drama.
Yep.
So if I say that depression is a fictional character, who would you say is that character?
The lyrics are written as if the devil is whispering, "Come to me, to the dark side." So
No.
I'm thinking devil.
Thinking more just yourself, kind of trying to,
You in the mirror.
yeah, you in the mirror, you're having a conversation with yourself, it's really that last inner voice, more like with your soul, I think.
If your bad practice was a shot of alcohol, what shot would it be?
What do you think, Peggy?
I think something sweet mixed with. This is a hard one because I don't really know a lot about alcohol. So I'm trying to think.
I would say Jagerbomb, 100%.
Oh my God.
Jagerbomb, 100%. Boom, go one. I like to go out there and play one hard, heavy, and
Yeah.
drama.
Yes, drama.
Yes.
My band would probably be Tequila. It's a fun time at the beginning, but
Yeah.
too much time spent with it turns into a headache.
Ooh.
Tell me a little bit about what's next. You guys now obviously played a huge show. Got a brand new single that's out. What's going to happen next? What you guys working on?
We have 2 more songs left, and we want to record them. But we're still trying to figure out the sound and stuff. In the meantime, we have probably we're going to play at a festival in Portugal this summer. So we're really excited for that.
International.
Yes, finally.
Yeah.
And try to write those songs and get them out. And then we start working on a 3rd album with the new sound and new mixing ways and a clear vision, image, boom.
Yes, as I said, in elaborate more, she said we're just finishing on these 2 songs, and I have some songs already kind of starting in the works. I have a few ideas, and we're gonna work on that. I'm going to send it to my other guitarists for him to start working on it, and yeah, a few shows on the way.
So are you guys going to approach a more positive theme again, or what would the themes of the upcoming songs be like?
More aggression.
And positive aggression, happy metal, happy
Yeah.
metal.
Happy metal, some
Yeah.
major chords in between.
Yes, yeah, indeed. More uplifting a little bit, more groove.
Well, first we're dropping a ballad in
Yeah,
between. It's about grief, and then we're going happy.
Yeah, then we're going happy. Yeah. And 'cause I think I've done exploring all that stuff on what comes on more energy, more power. We're working on some kind of new themes and stuff like that. And we're trying to bring more the spade in relation to our music. So what does the spade symbolize? Maybe we're kind of going to a direction of like what is the spade? What is the spade to the queen? Yeah, so we kind of want to look at those stuff and probably go to that direction and try to give this kind of positive attitude over it.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at.
I really love the poetry in that. It makes me think that you guys did put a lot of effort into this, and yeah, that's what matters. Music is fucking expression. So I don't know, like when I write music, I'm the lyricist for my band, and well, I wrote majority of the songs, even though now lately it has been moving around a bit more. So I recently interviewed one of my heroes. Actually, it was fucking amazing, and I asked him what inspires you to write, and he said, "What makes the sun come up in the morning? I don't fucking know."
Yeah.
So, like, would you say that is kind of also something that you would say, like, because when I think, where does my songs come from? I don't know. I could be watching a fucking show. I could be drinking coffee. I could be driving, and someone could walk past a car or whatever, and maybe homeless person something, and inspiration will hit. So,
Yes.
what is the most random place where inspiration has it?
That's a really good question.
The toilet? No. No.
What do you mean the toilet? That's my writing place.
That's your throne, your safety.
Yeah, it's a comfort zone.
I've literally got an amp in there.
Really?
No. I think for me, during cooking, probably,
Okay.
and driving.
Okay. So if you like burn yourself while cooking, you're like, rage.
Right. This
Maybe
fucking carrots. No.
Makes sense.
No, just the thoughts of the day, like processing work. Cooking is a relaxing thing.
Interesting story. Let's just chatting about lyrics and things. I don't know why, but I don't know how the fuck algorithms work, but algorithms are
Yeah.
fucking weird nowadays. So I was on Facebook or Instagram, I don't fucking remember, and there's these astronomy videos that's all of a sudden fucking popping up all over the place. And kind of for a moment I fucking like doubted my whole existence and was like, what the fuck am I here for? Like what?
Yes.
And I kind of took that inspiration and I wrote a new song. And then, like you mentioned, shit happens and we lost a band member and we never even got to play the song. But so I think it's actually such an interesting fucking topic, you know? Life is interesting.
Mysterious.
It's mysterious.
Yes.
I fucking like
Life,
it.
but also death.
Are we writing a song right now? It feels like it.
Get the guitar.
Let's
Peggy,
do
get your
it.
notepad.
Let's do it.
That is interesting, but I feel like for me, I haven't had a really weird spot to write. I mean, I reflect in. I go very such to an inner place into my mind, into the corners of my dark mind or whatever it may be, just
Hello, darkness, my old
pretty
friend.
much then I sit and reflect, and it's also kind of give me now an idea, maybe start looking also outside more and I'd start being stuck in my own little head too, open up and see different. I mean, I try to my best look at different things, but inspiration to come from outside. But maybe it's because I think it's so personal writing, so I kind of like I shield it, like no, it's mine, so it's you have raised some philosophical questions in me right now. That's a really good question. Thank you for bringing it up.
100%. No, I like creativity, and I think I took a bit of a turn here because I don't think I've ever done something like I just did, where I kind of didn't ask a question. I sort of more opened up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of like in the direction that it went, because it's fuck. Where does all of this like fucking come from? Where does lyrics come from? Where does poetry come from?
Mm-hmm.
obviously you've got your experiences. I think in my younger days, I grew up pissed. I don't know why I was pissed. One of my favorite artists said, "Not sure why I'm pissed off, but it's part of my brand now." And I took that so personally. I was like, "Fuck yes!" And
Yeah.
now I'm not pissed off anymore because now I'm an old man, well, older man, and so I'm not fucking living with my parents and fuck the world
Yeah.
and like it's interesting to think like what themes can you progress into right now.
Yeah.
Such a inspirational thing. So coming back to music, streaming platforms and social media, give me your opinions, tell me what you think.
It's really hard. So it's a second job.
That's what she said.
What did he say?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Fucking
Go
love
ahead,
it.
yeah. Yeah.
I do all the socials. Shut up. Except for the YouTube is Emily's. I was going
Emily.
to
That's okay. That's okay. That's fine.
no, but it's really hard. It's also hard to get noticed in this yeah
Age.
age, because you have to pay for everything to get somewhere. Well, not pay for
Money.
everything, but pay for promotion, because you're not going to get noticed by doing nothing. So you really need to work every day of the week. What am I going to post? So I think of it as a second job, and you have to think ahead, and you have to get your show filmed. You have to get someone who makes pictures. So yeah,
10 steps ahead. 10 steps
Yes.
ahead, honestly. Like, it's
exactly.
at the beginning when we started the band, we were 30 steps behind. We were like, oh, we forgot this. Oh, we forgot this. But now, really, in the last year, Peggy has been doing a really good job, and she's been
Thanks.
really on top of everything and really maintaining. And I help her edit the videos and do everything as best as I could. And
Yep.
she's really got some good ideas coming along the way, and we're really excited to share them. And yeah, just stay in the loop. If you're not really, you miss a day, like all of a sudden exposure stops. It's just
Yes.
money driven.
You can tell me about that because I've been doing the social media thing for quite a while now, and I did really well at some point. But keeping that momentum going is such a fucking mission.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I don't think that Meta is playing this game fair because I'm an event organizer as well, so I do shows and I host shows, and I've been spending a fortune on marketing. And then what this fucking platforms do is you pay them for views, and let's say 30,000 views or whatever. They show it to people that's got fucking zero interest in what you are doing.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
let's say your show had fucking 60,000 views, and then you're like, oh, so 60,000 people are gonna rock up to the show? No. Lucky if like 100 decent people saw it. So I have been progressing back to like the old school marketing where you print flyers and you put up posters
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I don't think paying for marketing is a good thing because I think social
No.
media then wants you to pay again. So what they won't do is they won't give you followers that come back. They'll give you temporary followers.
Yeah.
And
True.
it's being a musician is not I can play my instrument well anymore. It's I'm a fucking social media influencer now.
Also with TikTok, like it's a good instrument to get somewhere and get your music. But you also have to be lucky and really creative, because the younger people are so creative with the visuals and the music and how to get their music out. So also thinking about that, really using that. But again, who are your targets? What are you? It's just one mind fuck. And also, yeah, the bots and the paid promotions. Some things work, some things don't. But you really need to also learn how to do that. It's like Bitcoin. thing, but then
Crypto.
social media, crypto.
So I always make this joke, and then some people correct me and others don't. I always say it's like dance monkey dance. Dance
Yeah.
for your
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's what social media is turning into. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for your time. I really appreciate it. If there's
Thank
anything
you.
else you would like to add, please do so.
Please listen to our music and follow us. And thank you so much for having us. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really great interview. Some
Yeah.
super solid questions, and really thank you for having us. We would love to be back here again whenever you like to have us. So thank you so much for your time.
You guys are always welcome. Just one last thing, social media. Please tell people where can they listen to your music, where can they follow you on Instagram, Facebook, and all the various platforms that we hate.
Yeah, exactly. So we're on Spotify, we're on Facebook, our Instagram, Queen of Spades Official. You can email us, Queen of Spades Official Music at gmail.com. So we're on all social media platforms.
Our Instagram is queenofspades.band.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let's be clear.
Until next time, I've been Hardman.